Is there anyone else that would like to come forward?
Brock Neely, address on record. Fernando. What you're receiving is the Supreme Court decision from 1905 for Jacobson v. Massachusetts, as well as the 1922 case Zucht v. King. Also, the Emergency Powers Act of the federal government, as well as the Emergency Powers Act of California. Under Jacobson v. Massachusetts, it was a United States Supreme Court case in which the court upheld the authority of states to enforce compulsory vaccination laws. The court's decision articulated a view that individual liberties are not absolute and is subject to the police power of the state. Jacobson has been invoked in numerous other Supreme Court cases as an example of the baseline exercise of police power. The other case is the 1922 case, Zucht v. King, and that was regarding mandatory school vaccines in Texas, and it was found that schools could withhold public school from people that could not prove that they were vaccinated for the public good. With that and all this information, I would recommend that you pull item 12 from the agenda and put a motion on the floor to table it to a date uncertain. Thank you.
Thank you. Please come forward.
Ed McCurvey, District 4. Just want to thank the lobbyists from the Stonewall Democrats for that legal brief. It has nothing to do with this city. This city needs to do what's right, the Constitution. That's what we swear an oath to. We don't need to have undue influence and special interests trying to tell us about something that happened in Massachusetts 100 years ago. That has nothing to do with this city. Item 12 needs to stay on there. Item 12 is an important issue. Item 12 is something that we all need to take really good stock in because that is our freedom. Our freedom comes from God. It doesn't come from a legal precedent. It comes from the Constitution that we swear an oath to. And as far as transparency goes, I have a question. Last meeting, there was a discussion about recycling. And about 5 years ago, it was stated, and this is general information from the last meeting, I have to get the specifics, that we had received about $500,000 a year in kind or in incentive to pick up the blue barrel and do the trash recycling. About 5 years ago, that shifted from a $500,000 kiss to our operations to a $500,000 expense to our operations. Now, if I do the math right, that's $1 million, and that's 5 years. That's $5 million that this city has spent on recycling, and we have lost that money. Who's running this city to lose $5 million and then we're going to raise the rates on everybody in this city at this time? We need some transparency on that. I want to investigate that. I want to understand that better because we need to change the way we do business. We don't wait 5 years and waste $5 million and then raise the rates on people on fixed income. It's bad. It's not good at all. We need to have longer foresight, and we need to have some hindsight on this too, and we need to be humble about it. We need to figure out what the best way to run this city and do recycling is. We're finding out the hard way with the buses and the batteries that we can spend millions of dollars on buses that don't work and don't really carry anybody around the city. And we need to investigate that further too. Money that we're spending that isn't going to serve the people, the vast majority of the people of this city. And being in the transportation industry, we've tried all sorts of ways to do heavy equipment with alternative energies for the last 15 years. They don't work. Diesel works. This pie-in-the-sky idea that you can get trash trucks and run them on batteries is nonsense. Even if you're getting grant money, it's still going to come out of this city, and it's not going to work. Have some transparency about the numbers on these things. Let's do the math. Let's make sure that people know what they're getting.
Thank you, Mr. McCurvey. Is there someone, please, come forward.